April 10th, 1912. You must have heard the story of the Titanic, a magnificent ship that sank on its maiden voyage. But what if I told you that it was not an accident but a plan? This ship was the largest and most magnificent ocean liner of its time. People said it would never sink, but the silent waves of the sea wrote something else. Some historians say that the ship that actually sank was not the Titanic, but its twin, the Olympic. The Olympic was already damaged. She and the company renamed the Olympic to the Titanic so that it would sink at sea and collect billions from insurance claims. The Titanic was built by a company called the White Star Line. It was the largest, most expensive, and most luxurious ship of its time. On April 10th, 1912, it set sail from England for New York. The ship was carrying the world's richest people, ordinary passengers and crew. Everyone was excited, because the ship was said to be unsinkable. But on the night of April 14th, the ship hit an iceberg. Within hours, it had sunk to the bottom of the ocean. More than 1,500 lives were lost. This is the story you've always heard. But the real story may be different. Some historians and researchers say that the Titanic disaster was actually an insurance fraud. In fact, the Titanic had a twin ship called the Olympic. The Olympic was launched before the Titanic, but was badly damaged in an accident. The company suffered huge losses on its repairs, and the insurance company refused to pay the claim. That's when a terrible plan was allegedly hatched: to send the Olympic to sea under the name of the Titanic so that it would suffer an accident, and the company would receive billions of dollars from insurance. The most surprising part of the plan is that the original owner of the White Star Line, J.P. Morgan, was supposed to travel on the same ship himself. But just one day before departure, he canceled his trip. In contrast, his major business rivals, such as Jacob Astor, Benjamin Guggenheim, and John Jacob Astor IV, were all on the ship, and all of them died in the accident. Was it just a coincidence or a planned event? Another scary story became famous after the accident: that the Titanic's cargo also contained the coffin of an ancient Egyptian mummy. It was said that the mummy was cursed for centuries, and death would follow anyone who touched it. Some eyewitnesses claim that strange events were occurring on the ship before the accident, such as injuries to the crew, the breakage of luggage, and the restlessness of the passengers. Was it all just a coincidence, or the effect of a curse? Today, more than a century has passed, but the story of the Titanic is still mysterious. Some believe it was an accident, some a conspiracy, and some the result of supernatural forces. But one thing is certain: the ocean did not just swallow a ship that day, but also buried a truth forever. When the last light of the Titanic went out in the dark waves of the ocean, so did hundreds of dreams, prayers, and smiles. How many screams were lost in the noise of the water, and the cold sea imprisoned every secret in its chest. Today, the wreck of this ship lies silent in the darkness of the deep sea. But perhaps it itself knows what happened that night. We can only hear stories, but the truth, as always, remained buried at the bottom of the sea. If you think this secret of the Titanic was hidden from the world, then share this video so that more people can know the truth. Be sure to write your opinion in the comments. Was it an accident or the biggest conspiracy of the century? And if you want to hear more such surprising and hidden stories, then subscribe to the channel now and press the bell icon, because the truth is yet to come.